you, Bill. That was great. Thank you so much. And good morning. Welcome to Unity of Orange County. And we're so glad that you're here with us today. Before we get started, I'd like to go over our vision and mission statements. Our vision statement, centered in divine love, we joyfully co-create a world that works for all. And our mission statement, to awaken, inspire, and transform lives. Before announcements, I'd like to thank those that made this service possible today. Bill on piano, Tom on audio, and we have John today who's doing streaming and camera. Shanice is going to read the daily word and guide us through our meditation today. And our awesome Reverend Allison is going to talk about love. So happy Valentine's Day. Our announcements for today. First of all, we have a great creativity project that we're working on, and this is going to help our spiritual community. We're calling for each of you and your families, children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, your neighbors, anybody, everybody, to send in your ideas of what God is. On a Post-it note or an index card, if you could just send it off to us at Unity of Orange County. Be creative using words, visuals, pens, pencils, stickers, stamps, everything that you can think of. And we're going to put it all together in a collage and have it here at the Unity of Orange County. So please submit your God is in one of the following ways. You can mail your Post-it or index card to Unity of Orange County at 23181 Verdugo Drive, Suite 103B in Laguna Hills, California 92653, and during the month of February and March up to March 15th. Or you could email to your God is to minister@unityoforangecounty.org, and we'll create a collage that will be displayed here at the church. So I'm really excited to see what you're going to be sending in to us. All classes are on Zoom, and the ID number is 818-8859-3747. And Wednesdays at 6:30 on Zoom, the book study based on Living Originally by Robert Brumett. And the book is required for the class, and that class is still ongoing. Our next spiritual discussion group based on the quest will be next Sunday, at 11, and that will be 11 to 12:30. Our gratitude circle meets on the fourth Sunday of the month. So for a full listing of our upcoming events, please go to our website at www.unityoforangecounty.org to our calendar. So now I'd like to invite Shanice to come up and give us the daily word.
Good morning and happy Valentine's Day. The daily word for this Sunday, February 14th, is heart expression. You are dear to me. I hold you in my heart. You are dear to me. I hold you in my heart. Sharing love is a wonderful way of discovering and responding to the divinity alive in every heart, binding us as a human family. My loving nature helps me to see the best in every person whose life touches mine. Today, I remember one of the legends of Saint Valentine, in which he fashioned pieces of parchment into hearts, which he gave to others as tokens of his compassion and God's love. Today, the tradition continues when I say, "You are dear to me." I hold you in my heart with a card, gift, a call, or a simple act of kindness. I share love with no expectations of reciprocity, and my heart welcomes every expression of love from others. Love's energy grows through both giving and receiving. And from John 13:34, I have given you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. And so as we prepare ourselves for meditation, I invite you to get comfy right where you are. And this is a time where we just set all of our doing aside, and we just get to be and get to rest in this beloved presence, the God of our understanding, the holy mystery of love, beloved one. So I just invite you to gently close your eyes, and we're going to take a few deep breaths. As we tune into this presence that's ever present. Breathing in, I relax. Breathing out, I let go. Breathing in, I relax. Breathing out, I let go. Just for this moment, just be here. Allow your breathing to flow natural. Allow your body to feel the support of the strong earth beneath you. Allow your worries to flow down back into the earth. Nothing wasted, always new. With this soft awareness of your being, we don't have to do anything. We just have to listen. Tuning in, opening up. I invite you to center your attention on your heart. If you like, you can put your hand softly there. Breathing in this space, nearer than the next breath, nearer than the next heartbeat, is the presence right there. I want you to imagine a soft, warm, glowing pink. This warm, soft pink light spreads out from the center of your heart, down your tummy, through your legs, through your toes, up your neck, softening your face, your cheeks, your eyes. It streams up, it streams down, it streams out from your arms, through your fingertips. You're enveloped in this soft warmth, this pink glow of compassion, of love. I want you to hear the words, feel them in your being. I love you always. I love you always. Rest in this love. Let it restore you. Let it fill you. Let it kindle your inner light. This love is you. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe and sound. May you be peaceful. May you be at ease with this love in your heart and all around. Rest in this love. As you return to this day, remember this love. Shine this love. Be a reminder of this love for someone else. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is.
Thank you, Bill. That was so beautiful. Hey, welcome to Unity of Orange County, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I'm excited. It's on a Sunday. We get all these adventures and ready for us, and it's just a wonderful day to celebrate love. And so today we're going to talk about the greatest of these is love. And on Valentine's Day, we generally associate it with love. I mean, that's what comes up for most of us when we think about Valentine's Day. And so we give cards, and we give flowers and chocolates, and hopefully champagne. And we usually do this in this huge, grandiose display of, expressing love to somebody, right? And it's really fun to be a giver of these gifts, or a receiver, for sure. But today, I want to go a little bit beyond the physical demonstrations of love. For I believe that we know at our soul level that love is much deeper than this. Love is an inner expression of manifesting God on this physical plane that we get the joyous experience to live on. We have all heard faith, hope, and love. I give to thee, and the greatest of these is love. Indeed, the greatest of these is love. To be blessed with loving relationships, it's truly a gift. And to be able to express that divine love, it's even better. Love is not always easy, however. Anybody? No? Okay, just me. Okay. And I know as an example of this, I know of someone whose partner recently broke up with them after 3 years with nary an explanation as to why. Just left. And so this person called me for some counseling and some inspiration. And in consoling her, what I did was I reminded her that when we give ourselves in love, whether it's to a person or an animal or a being, anything, there is a chance that we might be hurt. But to never give up on love because you might get hurt. Because if we were to give up on love for fear of being hurt, that would be far more painful, because we would be losing out on the greatest gift that God has given us, and that is the ability to love and be loved. And as challenging as they can be, love relationships are part of the moving, breathing, unfolding cycle of this thing that we call life. And just like the seasons, relationships have to change. So if you expect it to be sunny every day, you're going to kind of be disappointed, I would imagine. Well, unless you live in Southern California in January. But also, if you resist the wind and the rain, you're going to be frustrated. Because the very nature of love is dynamic. Nothing can stay alive and vibrant without dying and being reborn occasionally. The challenge then is to embrace the change, because it holds the gifts of we are going to receive from this love. And without change, there's no growth. And without growth, love dies. And at the deepest level of our being, we all want love, and we all want to be loved. So I found this poem, and it's titled Touched by an Angel. I just really felt compelled to share it to you. I didn't notice saying it was attributed to anybody, but it's called Touched by an Angel. And this is how it goes. We, unaccustomed to courage, exiles from delight, live coiled in shells of loneliness until love leaves its holy high temple and comes into our sight to liberate us into life. Love arrives, and on its train come ecstasies, old memories of pleasure, ancient histories of pain. Yet if we are bold, love strikes away the chains of fear from our souls. We are weaned from our timidity in the flush of love's light. We dare be brave. And suddenly we see that love cost all we are and will ever be, yet it is only love that sets us free. Yet it is only love that sets us free. So I was trying to find some inspiration that would kind of really give us an example of what that meant, to have that kind of love that sets something free. And I found this wonderful story. So it goes like this. When doctors said there was nothing more they could do for Emily, her boyfriend was determined to prove them wrong. A month before, the 21-year-old art student had been hit by a semi-truck while riding her bicycle. She was in Brooklyn, New York. She was rushed to Bellevue Hospital with multiple fractures to her head, pelvis, and left leg. She suffered a stroke and a heart attack, and her heart stopped while she was on the operating table. Emily's chances of survival were very grim, as the doctors put it. Her mother, Susan, had been told by a nurse that her daughter was gone and that she should make arrangements for organ donations. And this was only the second day after the accident. 5 weeks later, even when she became stable, the doctor said Emily was not cognitively ready for treatment and should be transferred to a long-term facility in her native New Orleans. Her boyfriend of just 1 year, Alan, who was 21 at the time, was not going to give up on her without a fight. The pair had met in 2006 in Colorado at a summer camp for high school students. They met again a year later as freshmen at students for Cooper Union School of Art, and then they got together soon afterwards. And after the accident, Alan sat by his girlfriend's bedside night after night, trying to desperately make her respond. She had been hearing impaired since she was a child, and she relied on hearing aids. And Emily and her mother and her husband Eric and Alan also feared that the accident had left her blind. So aware of this, Alan, he started researching, how can I reach out to her? How can I communicate to her? And of course, he came upon the story of Helen Keller's teacher, Anne Sullivan, and how to communicate with Helen Keller's Anne Sullivan used her finger and she would spell words into Miss Keller's palm. So Alan decided one night to give it a try. Why not? What do we have to lose? And he spelled out into her hand, one letter at a time, I love you. Letter by letter, I love you. Remarkably, it worked. And she immediately responded with, oh, you love me? That's so sweet, thank you. It wasn't even a conversation. Alan would later tell the New York Times, it was just that one exchange. And it alerted him, though, to the fact that she was not damaged in the way that the doctors and the nurses had said. And she was not damaged to such an extent that it would go beyond her ability to recover. So he was thrilled. And now he could prove it to the doctors, that she was aware of the world around her. So he continued to spell out words and then whole sentences into her palm and communicate with her. And since the accident, Emily had not been able to wear her cochlear implant that she normally would wear and her hearing aids because of the injuries that she had sustained. But when she was finally allowed to put them back in, it was like a light switch went on, and she was suddenly back. Emily was back. And you see, the love of Alan and his communicating with her through this sign language had set her free when all others had given up hope. Alan knew that deep love of God, and he helped Emily return. Alan had such a deep love for Emily that you can feel it, it's palpable. And this is what kind of romantic love we want to celebrate on Valentine's Day. This is what Valentine's Day is to be celebrated. But when I think of all-encompassing love rather than just romantic love, I always think of Gandhi and how he was able to love through everything that he went through. And I believe he showed us this example of going beyond ourselves and embracing love of all mankind. And that's what I'm inviting us to do this year. To reach beyond ourselves and to love with all of our being. Now I'm going to let you in on a little conspiracy. But first, let me be clear on what I mean. The word conspiracy is made up of the two words con and spire, and it actually means to breathe together. And we're being deliciously enveloped by a growing spiritual conspiracy that's increasing in numbers all around the globe that are breathing together in this moment. And as old structures crumble around us, things start to fall away. Remember, something has to die for us in order to grow. We are conspiring then to breathe this new life and this new way of living into our world. We know that no matter how crazy things get or how crazy they look on the surface, the universe is conspiring to shower us with blessings. To enjoy this rich flow of conscience conspiracy as we breathe in each moment. And as I let you in on this conspiracy, just take that moment and breathe as I go through it. On the surface of our world right now, there's war, sickness, violence, craziness, and things may seem very dark. But calmly and quietly, at the same time, something is happening underground. It's an inner revolution that's taking place. And certain individuals are being called then to a higher light. It is a silent revolution from the inside out, from the ground up. And this is the global cooperation that has sleeper cells in every nation. It's a planetary spiritual conspiracy. You won't likely see us on TV. You won't read about us in the news. You won't hear from us on the radio or CNN. You know why? Because we don't seek glory. We don't wear any uniforms. And we come in all shapes, sizes, colors. We're in every country, and we're in every culture in the world. In cities big and small, mountains and valleys, villages, farms, tribes, and even the remote islands. Most of us do our work anonymously, seeking not recognition of name, but the profound transformation of life. And working quietly behind the scenes, you could pass by one of us on the street and not even know it. We go undercover, not concerned for who takes the credit, but simply that the work gets done. And many of us may seem to have normal jobs, minister, pianist, sound guy. But behind the external storefront is where our deeper work takes place. With the individual and collective power of our minds and our hearts, we spread passion, knowledge, love, and joy to all. Some call us the conscious army, as together we co-create a new world. That sounds like a conscious army. One that I'd like to join. I wonder if they'll take me. Our orders come from the spiritual intelligence agency that is instructing us daily, every moment of the day, to drop soft, secret love bombs when no one is looking. And how do we do that? We do that with poems, hugs, music, photography, smiles, kind words, meditation and prayer, dancing, social activism, and random acts of kindness. We each express ourselves in our own ways that are unique, and we each have our own unique gifts and talents. Be the change you wish to see in the world. That is our motto. That is the motto that fills our hearts. Because we know that this is a path of profound transformation. We know that quietly and humbly, individually and collectively, we have the power of all the oceans combined. At first glance, our work is not even visible. It's slow and meticulous, like the formation of mountains. And yet, our combined efforts move entire tectonic plates. We are being shaped and moved for centuries to come. Love is the religion we've come to share. And you don't need to be highly educated or have exceptional knowledge to understand it. Love arises from the intelligence of the heart, embedded in the timeless evolutionary pulse of all living beings. Be the change you wish to see in the world, because nobody else can do it for you. Yet don't forget, we're all here, the conscious army, supporting you. And we're recruiting right now. Perhaps you'd like to join us. Perhaps you already have. Step through the door. It's always open. Step through the door and become a way shower of love. You see, we all have an opportunity to be a way shower of love. Each of us has been put on this earth to express the love of the divine in human form. So yes, let's send those flowers and the cards to those that we love. But let's also send love to the entirety of the planet. And let's feel it as it spreads throughout the world, bringing peace and bringing harmony with it. Now that we're kind of centered in that love space and then in that conspiracy of that wonderful opportunity, let's close with a prayer. And it's an affirmative prayer that was written by a colleague of mine. Her name is Reverend Leslie McNamara. And it's based on a quote by Ernest Holmes, which states, "Love leads the way, and the law makes the way possible." So if you so choose, get into a comfortable position and take those cleansing breaths that bring you into this moment, and prepare then for this inspiration. In this moment, each breath holds the infinite creative source that is everywhere present in me and through all of life. I know that love leads the way and law makes the way possible. And in this knowing, I realize that divine love is all-encompassing, pure, and unconditional. Love heals all discord, opens me to infinite creative potential, and soothes my heart when I see disharmony in the world. Divine, unconditional love supports me in knowing that love undergirds every sentient being in all of God's creation. Divine love supports, uplifts, and empowers each one with deep and abiding peace and love. Knowing this, I am in perfect alignment with life. God and I realize the entire universe is my love. The stranger on the street, the person with completely different worldviews, the child next door, the lady whose garden I helped tend. I love them all. Those dearest to my heart remind me of the brilliance of ancient love that is contained in the heart and mind of every person, even when it seems covered up. And I know right now that the brilliance of a warm, healing love, that energy fills the hearts of anyone who feels any lack of love, because it may not appear to be in proper package. And the profound truth of universal love is known and realized now. I give thanks for this awareness of absolute truth and love, which sets the law in motion, revealing to me loving, harmonious relationships with all whom I meet. Aligned in this consciousness of the divine mind and of divine love, I know this love infuses and blankets our entire country and the world. I trust and know that love leads the way. And surrendering into the abyss, my heart is full of gratitude for the perfect knowing that I am embraced by the beloved presence of the infinite creative love, now and always. I am love, loved, and lovable. Say that with me. I am love, loved, and lovable. One more time. I am love, loved, and lovable. And so that is. And so on this day of love, let's be the light bearers. Let's be the conspirators. The example of what the love of the divine truly looks like. Love, let it be our religion. Let it be the greatest of these. Let it be love. And so it is.
Thank you, Bill. That was just beautiful. Thank you so much. Reverend Allison, thank you for a beautiful message. I think I'm going to be one of those, for sure. Here in Unity, we believe in 5 basic principles. And our 5 basic principles is 1, God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. 3, I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. And 5, I do and give my best by living the truth that I know I make a difference. And we also believe in the law of giving and receiving. And if you would like to share a gift with us, you can do so by texting to 77977 and type in Unity of OC Give. You can give a one-time gift or a recurring one. You can mail us a check. That always works. And you can drop one off here if you like as well. We appreciate all of the donations that you give us to help our ministry continue. And speaking of our ministry, our beautiful Reverend Arlene had a small operation on her foot. She says it's small, but she has this huge cast on her foot. And hopefully she will be returning next week, and we sure do miss her. And so she also has an announcement about our reopening of our church. So stay tuned. That'll be great. So now let us close. Oh, sorry. Also, Amazon Smile. Don't forget to tap in there and hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. So our closing prayer, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever you are, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day.